that I don't get. Like, why are people trying to tick me off? Do you guys like the reaction?
No.
Really? You don't? Because you're in that category, too. I mean, I'm not going to get into it. This isn't the right forum for it. But do you like it when I scream at you?
No, I do not.
All right, so what are you going to do about it?
I'll step up.
Are you going to get your act together?
Yes, sir.
When I'm gone in a month, am I going to be turning on this show and saying, wow, that guy's doing a good job?
I'll still be here.
Am I going to be saying that you're going to be doing a good job?
Yes, you will.
Okay. You promise?
Trust me, when it comes to football, basketball, and hockey season, I'm going to be...
And when you have that Met jersey on, I expect you to know about the Mets.
Of course.
You want to get into it now?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Because I got to say, this was actually a very surprising trade to me. Franklin is going to be, I think, a good start relieving pitcher for us down the stretch. I looked it up. His current stats, his scouting stats show that, his fastball, he's ranked 70, which actually is really good.
It's a 20 to 80 scale, so 70 is excellent.
No, it's superb. It's fantastic. Same, his curveball is, I would say, above average. He's currently sitting on a 56, and his
55.
55, 56 region.
No, it goes in increments of 5. There's no 56. It's 55.
55. Okay. And his changeup, we're looking at 45, which he could do better. So we're currently sitting on a guy who's got a great fastball and a curveball. There is room for improvement here. He's a very young guy. I'm very happy with this deal. This is a step. If I had to give one plus to the Mets this year, this is definitely a step in the right direction to keep that bullpen active and to keep it, more fresh going down the road.
Why are you so willing to put him in the bullpen? You're giving up on him as a starter already?
Well, look at his stats. It shows it. I think he would be...
You can't read too much into AA stats.
I know, but...
If the stuff is there, he'll produce. That's all it is.
I feel like he will end up being on the starting rotation. I feel like he can develop into the next starting... I'm not saying he's going to be the next Noah Syndergaard.
Definitely not.
He's got a lot.
You don't want the next Syndergaard, because Syndergaard can't stay healthy.
No, he can't. But long term, this guy could be on that same caliber if he slowly gets his act together.
Of Syndergaard?
No, not Syndergaard. I'm talking about Franklin here. What
Matt's trying to say is he thinks that Keelamay can turn into a third starter.
He could easily be a third starter on this team. Not right now. He's still got some things we got to see. He's going to improve
next year is possible.
I would say, when we go to training camp next year, we'll see how he does. I'm expecting good things from him. Best of luck to Cabrera. I feel like the Phillies definitely got somebody. Here's the thing with me with him going to Philly now. Where are you going to put him? Is he going to be a second baseman, or are we going to see him as a shortstop for Philly? Because that infield already is decent as it is. I feel like they just got him, they wanted a rock-solid bat. There's no denying it. Cabrera these last few months has been fantastic.
He's been your best hitter.
He's been the leading scorer, which
he's been the best hitter on the Mets.
For the last few years, yes, he has been. It's been absolutely phenomenal. So, in
answer to your question of where the Phillies are going to put Cabrera, he's going to play second base.
Most likely second base.
They have Kingery at shortstop.
Yeah.
They're going to keep him there.
That was my biggest thing with them. Where are they going to fit him? Second base looks the most likely.
They are gearing up for a pretty big run this postseason.
They are. Philly is going to be great. I said it on the show a while back. It's either going to be Philly or the Braves winning the pennant.
Wow. I don't remember you saying that. The Dodgers? I don't remember. I believe that you said that.
It was before the Machado trade.
Before the Machado trade, I said that the Braves or Philly are definitely the top favorites for me to win the pennant.
Oh, you know what? I do remember you saying that. Yeah, that was the bottom of the ninth, right? Yeah, okay. I do remember
This is actually what I like a lot about the National League, because it's so wide open.
It is.
There are a bunch of different teams that could rise to the occasion. You can look at the Cubs. Probably at some point were the favorite because, they've been consistent since they won the World Series. Even before that, they've been a consistent playoff team. The Brewers are creeping up right behind.
Brewers look great. They've been making a lot of great moves.
The Diamondbacks made moves. The Diamondbacks made moves to the bullpens. That's really going to help them. The Dodgers are probably going to be the pennant winner this year.
Yeah,
most likely.
A far cry from not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
It can still happen. In all fairness to me, the Diamondbacks are only a half game out.
They might surprise you.
The Rockies are 1 game out. Anything can happen.
Until they're eliminated, you can still be right.
Exactly.
Yes. So there you go. But look, the National League is just so wide open, because if you look at the American League now, you could say, all right, I already know the playoff teams right now. It's going to be the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Indians, the Astros, maybe the Mariners. Who am I forgetting? AL West.
Athletics.
And No, maybe not the Athletics.
I don't know
The Mariners are right there.
Well, you said, who are you forgetting?
No, I said the Astros and the Mariners.
Yeah, you said, who are you forgetting? The Athletics. That's who you're forgetting.
Right. I thought I was forgetting a division. I guess not. But, look, the American League, you can probably pick out who's going to be in the playoffs. The National League, you can't really do that right now.
I mean, the thing is, I'm not a fan of the Athletics. I don't think they have a roster that can make the playoffs, but they're only 2 games out of the wild card.
I know, that's a tough division down there.
It can still happen. It really can. Even though the Athletics didn't do much at the deadline, they can still do it. It's possible. I don't think they will, but they are a team to watch out for as we head into August and September.
Oh, no question about it.
You're listening to Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We are live twice a week, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 3 p.m. I am Jacob Volk. Sitting across from me, Eric Fischetti and Matt Charkowick. Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516-572-7440. We're going to be on for 2 hours today discussing everything that happened during this very eventful MLB trade deadline. We talked about 4 trades already. We've got 22 more to go.
Let's do it. Let's dive right in.
A lot of time to do it. At 6 o'clock, we'll be talking to Tim Healey, Newsday's New York Met beat writer. Going to be talking a lot about Cabrera and Familia, along with some other stuff about the Mets. That's going to be pretty fun. But first, I do have a very special giveaway for you. Be the first caller to 516-572-7440 and win a pair of tickets to see the Long Island Ducks take on the York Revolution on Sunday, August 12th at 5:05 p.m. The Long Island Ducks bring you Atlantic League baseball all summer long at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip. Information about the Long Island Ducks' full schedule, tickets, and more can be found by visiting liducks.com. Again, the number to call to win tickets or to talk to us is 516-572-7440. We're going to broaden our baseball horizons now. The Twins traded Eduardo Escobar to the Diamondbacks for Gabriel Maciel, Joan Duran, and Ernie De La Trinidad. I am sure that I butchered some of those names.
I actually think you're okay.
All right, good.
Sounded pretty good to me.
Thank you. This year for Minnesota, Escobar hit .274 with 15 home runs and 63 RBIs. And according to MLB.com, Maciel and Duran were Arizona's 11th and 19th best prospects, respectively. Who do you think won the trade?
Let me just say this. I'm very disappointed with the Minnesota Twins. I thought they were going to be much better than how they're playing right now.
Yes.
But you know what? Escobar is going to help out the Diamondbacks a lot. He's 29 years old, so, it's a little bit of mileage, but whatever. He's still producing. That's the plausible premise that I'm trying to say. They're clearly in the race for the NL West.
Definitely. They're a half game out.
I know. They're a half game out of the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're nipping at their heels, and they're even half game behind the Braves in the wild card race right now. So,
they're making a playoff push, and I commend them for it.
For sure.
As they should. I mean, they're a very good team. They did a lot of good moves as of recently, not only to bolster their bullpen, but just adding these names, adding these guys with experience. They are making a huge push for the playoffs, and you know what? I don't know if they're going to go far. I really don't, but that experience counts. That goes a very long way.
Once you make the playoffs, anything is possible. Think about it this way. The Yankees were a wild card team last year. They finished 1 win away from the pennant. If we're going by chalk, the Yankees should have been eliminated by Cleveland. So anything is possible once you hit October. I think this is an even trade overall. I like Eduardo Escobar a lot. He's going to help the Diamondbacks out in a utility role. Someone like Gabriel Maciel, he's an okay prospect. Can't hit for power to save his life.
Is he more of a contact hitter?
He could get there. I know you can't read too much into single A stats, but so far he's hitting .281. Again, that's single A, so extrapolated to major leagues, he's hitting .220 if he's lucky. The guy has wheels, though, and is a good fielder. There's a role for that. I'm okay with that if you're in the National League and all you can do is run and field. If you're a defensive replacement, I don't have a problem with that. It gives you some interesting options for double switches. I don't have a problem with that. Joan Durant, I don't know if it's John Durant or Joan Durant. I'll tell you, I like his last name because I like Durant a lot. He's not doing too great this year. He does have a good fastball, though. I have seen it hit 95. They're high upside guys. That's who the Twins got. They got high upside guys in Maciel and Durant. De La Trinidad's a nothing guy, although he does have an awesome last name. If I had to pick an edge, gun to my head, I'll say the Diamondbacks won it, but it's an even trade overall. I'm not mad about it for either side. So speaking of the Twins, they traded Ryan Presley to the Astros for Jorge Alcala and Gilberto Celestino this year for Minnesota. Presley was 1-1 with a 3.4 ERA, and according to MLB.com, Alcala and Celestino were Houston's 10th and 15th best prospects, respectively. Who do you think won the trade?
I will say this. It was a good haul for the Twins. It really was a good package for the Twins. But Presley is ready to help out this Astros bullpen right now.
And Lord knows do they need it.
Yeah, and they need it. And they got it. And I think the Astros come away with the win on this, only because, number one, the Twins, I'm very disappointed in them, as I said before. I don't know what's going on with them. They were supposed to be very highly thought of. They probably weren't going to overtake the Cleveland Indians, but they were supposed to be.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, so they weren't supposed to, but they were definitely supposed to play better than what they're playing now. I say edge goes to the Astros, because like you said, Jacob, they needed bullpen help. They got it in one way more than one.
Oh, definitely. We'll get into that a little later because I want to get into some extracurricular things about that. I like Ryan Presley a lot. I think he's a very good reliever. I have seen a lot of him for some weird reason. I actually have. I do like this trade for both sides. Again, the Astros address a huge glaring need that they had in the bullpen. Jorge Alcala, there's a place for this guy in the majors. 23 and just hitting Double-A, that does scare some people, but this kid has hit 99 on his fastball. If you can do that, there's a place for you in the majors. As a reliever,
it's an eye-opener.
Yeah, there's a role for that. I'm okay with that. If you're a one-trick pony, you can throw 99, I'll put you in the back end of my bullpen. I don't have a problem with that. Gilberto Celestino is an interesting prospect. He doesn't do anything great. He can't hit for power to save his life, so it's clear that the Twins aren't prioritizing that in their prospects. But he does the other five tools pretty well. He may transition into a decent player, but again, it's a high upside guy. Out of the five guys that they got in these two trades, I like Alcala the most, and I think it's an even trade for both teams. So the Royals traded Mike Moustakas to the Brewers for Brett Phillips and Jorge Lopez. This year for Kansas City, Moustakas hit .249 with 20 home runs and 62 RBIs. And according to MLB.com, Phillips was Milwaukee's 10th best prospect. Who do you think won the trade?
Let me just say this. Moose is having a very good year, especially in, his contract year. Because,
Big surprise.
Yeah, right. So, he was expecting a multi-year deal at one point. No one wanted to give him what he wanted, so he took the one-year prove-it deal just to show that last year wasn't a fluke. He's really playing up to potential right now. At one point, I was actually torn on who won this trade, but it was very, very slightly. I really do think the Brewers won this trade because they can use a guy like Mike Moustakas in that lineup, and even at third base too. Because I think they moved Travis Shaw over to second base too.
That is true. Which I'm concerned about because he's never played second before. That's going to be tough for him.
It's going to be tough, but I feel like he's the kind of guy that is willing to work, and especially being that the Brewers are in the kind of race that they are, all bets are off at this point. But I really do like Brett Phillips. I really do.
Me too.
He's got a great laugh, first of all, and he was.
Do I have a great laugh? I've been told I have a great laugh.
Yeah, I think you do. It's contagious.
I've been told I have an evil laugh.
Yeah,
nah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Just a little bit, but I can see it.
But this is my laugh.
Okay, there's a hint.
Yeah. It's like you're asking for $1 billion.
I mean, I'll take $1 billion.
Why not?
Offering.
But yeah, at this point, I was a little bit torn on who won this trade because the Brewers won for the short term, but I think the Royals are going to luck out for the long term, mainly because of Brett Phillips. I think it's an even trade right now, but if I gun to my head, I would say the edge goes to the Brewers because of Moose.
See, now, I'm not the biggest Moustakas fan. I thought the Mets